Get ready, Staten Island.
The Ferry Hawks are back at SIUH Community Park July 7th to the 12th for a 6-game series against the High Point Rockers. Tonight, first pitch is at 6:30. It's Thirsty Thursday with $5 Bud and Bud Light drafts. Friday, July 10th, first pitch is at 7 p.m. May the Force be with you on Star Wars Night with post-game kids glow around the bases with special lightsaber training packs.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Okay, as I just mentioned, my cousin Norm Coleman, very, very close with Lindsey, as close as anybody. Tough morning for Norm, but kind enough to hop on with me right now. Norm, I love you, and I'm very, very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Sid, and tough day yesterday. But I'm so glad that you had BB on. There wasn't a stronger supporter in the United States, and if you think back in the history of Israel, the strongest was I tried to be one of them, but these guys, Lindsey had seniority. We got elected together in 2002, so I've known him literally since we both were elected, class of 2002. Saxby Chambliss was in that class. By the way, Conan was is in that class. So Lindsey would have been the last man standing. But Israel didn't have a better friend in the United States Senate than Lindsey Graham. And so for BB to call, and I thought that was really special. I thought it was important. I am certainly uplifted by the kind of tributes to Senator Graham that he so richly deserved.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Hannity is coming up after you, and Sean was also very, very close with Lindsey as his fiancée. She was on earlier. Ainsley Earhart, also very, very close. Trump, very, very close. Trey Gowdy, you all the guys that was so close with Lindsey. And, yesterday when he got back, there was a lot of talk out there, and I got involved, but I took it down from my social media, about how a seemingly healthy 71-year-old man who spent time in Ukraine, just 5 days before that, the IRGC was saying, we're going to kill him. And then Iran... Yeah, and then Iran took credit.
Just a quick story, and I'm glad that was, we're past that. We think we know the cause, but I'll just tell you a quick story. When I, in 2005, I chaired the Western Hemisphere Subcommittee. I went to Cuba. I met with Oswaldo Paya, a leader of the Varela movement, a anti-Castro movement within Cuba. And in his house, it was him. It was a labor leader. Had in prison about 70 people a couple of months before. And then this woman who's the head of Blancos, Women in White, they protested Castro every Sunday after Mass wearing white. Okay? Within 6 months of my meeting with them, 2 of the 3 were dead. Okay, so they were dead. One died of an infection. Well, she got nicked during a march. Well, they poisoned her. Classic Russian. The other died in an auto accident. And so I understand, but apparently, and I never knew he had any heart issues. But listen, bottom line is that did folks want him dead? Yeah, they want him dead because he was a champion of freedom. Anyone who championed freedom lost a hero, lost a champion the other day when Lindsey passed on. He was, he took on the Russians, he took on the Iranians, he took on all the bad guys. He was out there to say, hey, America is the strongest nation on earth. We are not going to let tyrants and thugs kind of dictate for us. And again, getting back to Israel, they couldn't have had a better friend than Senator Lindsey Graham.
No. I mean, BB was, even this morning, he was on with me an hour ago. He was still shook up. Yesterday, he was really shook up over Lindsey's death. But what I knew about Lindsey, and you knew him again better than almost anyone, was that while he was a fervent Republican, a strong Republican leader in the Senate, I'm nervous now. I'm really nervous about South Carolina, but regardless of the politics, while he was a fervent Republican senator, he was a type of guy that he'll chew you up like he did during the Brett Kavanaugh hearing, chewed him up, but he was also one of the few Republican senators who had no issue going to the other side of the aisle and actually talking to some of these terrible people.
Sid, he took multiple trips to Israel and Saudi with Blumenthal. Okay, who gets along with Blumenthal? Nobody.
No one. Yeah.
No one gets along. No one gets along with Blumenthal. But Lindsey, they did a number, and I would talk to him afterwards. And so he was doing the shuttle diplomacy. I did a couple of trips with him when we went to Riyadh and went to Jerusalem to kind of he was carrying the torch, the flame of Israel-Saudi integration. He believed if that would happen, that would be transformative. It would transform the Middle East. It would put Iran in a corner, and the Arab world would then kind of work with Israel, and it'd be a new dawn, a new day. And he was doing shuttle diplomacy, but he took Blumenthal with him on a number of trips. And again, so no one gets along with Blumenthal, but Lindsey Graham did, and I think it's a testament to him focusing on he wanted to get something done. He was going to work with whoever he needed to work with to get that done, and he was enormously successful at it.
And Dick Blumenthal, of course, stolen valor. He's the guy in Connecticut that said he served, he never served. And believe it or not, Lindsey Graham, on Friday, the day before he died, I played the audio this morning. He spoke in Ukraine. He talked about more sanctions on the Russians. And when I get back to Washington, D.C., we're going to make this work. He said, I feel better than ever, closer to peace than at any point in the last 5 years. And he actually said, Norm Coleman, when I get back to Washington, D.C., I'm going to talk to Dick Blumenthal. He said it the day before he died.
No. I mean, we had a number of conversations where he had a relationship there. He worked it, and it was important. In the end, and by the way, we're watching Israel kind of getting marginalized. Democrats can't support Israel. You can't be a Democrat and support Israel today if you want to be moving the Democrat Party. So he developed relations with folks on the other side of the aisle who was standing with him, standing with Israel. And again, these are tough times for the Jewish state. But Lindsey Graham was there doing what he needed to do to make sure that our best ally, our strongest ally, had the strength to be able to move forward. Again, having Bibi on was a testament to somebody that certainly Israelis recognized was a great friend and a great leader.
Thank you. I will send you that Bibi conversation in the next couple of minutes. The other thing about Lindsey, too, is what a great story. I was talking to Ainsley Earhart this morning, and she said, people said he never got married. And she said, oh, no. He got married, all right. He married politics. He married freedom. He married America. That's what he married. And then the story about him taking care of his sister after his mother and father both died at young ages. What a beautiful story, Norm.
The story of his life is the story of the American dream. Growing up in the back of his parents ran a bar and a pool hall. He grew up in like 1 or 2 rooms and living behind it, and rose to be one of the greatest members of the United States Senate. Chaired the Budget Committee, did reconciliation. He was at the center. If you look at the issues on foreign policy in the last 20 years, 30, Lindsey Graham was at the center of all of those. And by the way, I have to say that he had an incredible sense of humor. He's a funny guy. Yeah. I was with him in the desert with the Crown Prince. He says, Crown Prince, how do you get to be Crown Prince? The Crown Prince proceeded to explain how he actually gets elected by the royal. Lindsey just had a sense you didn't know whether he was dealing with crown princes, with presidents, with whatever it was. He just had this incredible sense of humor, and really, if you were with him, you had a laugh. At some point in time, you were laughing at something. Even calling self-defacing. Even with Trump, I get along with Trump. I like Trump. He likes Trump. And he was just pretty extraordinary.
He was.
We lost a great one the other day. Tragic, unfathomable, difficult to comprehend. But on the other hand, you can reflect on things that he's done and who he is, and that will put a smile on your face.
This is my cousin, the amazing Norman Coleman, who was very, very close with Lindsey Graham. And Bibi actually made it a point on this show less than an hour ago to talk about Lindsey Graham's sense of humor. Well, how about that? Everybody knows about it. But look, I'd be remiss to let you go. You are a New York boy. I know you spent a lot of the last many years between Iowa and Minnesota and Florida and Washington, D.C., but you're a Brooklyn boy, and when you go up to Bethel Woods, like we did 2 weeks ago, Danielle and I and the kids, to see the Doobie Brothers and Santana, that movie, you're in it. You are Brooklyn through and through, Norm Coleman. So
I was at Woodstock, and I did inhale. I remember about Bill Clinton, but I was at Woodstock, I did inhale, but I made it out to the United States. By the way, I'll be coming back to New York to watch the final of the World Cup.
Oh, good.
I was in Miami and I was in Boston. I didn't grow up with soccer, but I got to tell you, it's a spectacle. It is a spectacle. It's amazing, and this will be a big event. So some bright things on the horizon after a very tough week.
No, that's great. Yeah, be at the finals. I know you were there because I got a text from Andrew Giuliani. He goes, "I'm sitting with a guy who keeps talking smack about you. I'm going to put him on the phone." And it was you. You were sitting there with Andrew Giuliani.
By the way, Andrew Giuliani, he leads the White House task force on the World Cup. So you have the president's the chairman, J.D. Vance the vice chair, every cabinet secretary, Hegseth is on it, Mullen is on it. They're all on it. He is phenomenal. He is smart. He's collaborative. Working with him was a joy. This has been a great success, and he should get a lot of credit for an extraordinary young man with great talent, and it's been a joy to work with him. He's done a great job. It's been a great event. Hopefully we'll get through only a couple more games.
Yep.
But America hasn't had such good publicity around the world since we won World War II.
Sure.
This is
You're right.
this
You're right.
Cup.